Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark. We're back here for the afternoon call. It is Friday, coming up to a long weekend. I think we're all happy about that. It's been a long week. Good week. Productive week overall for stocks. Reached new highs on basically all indices. Today brought much of a little bit of manicness in the morning, but we held decent levels. Towards the afternoon, it got pretty dull. A little bit of a pull-in at 1 o'clock, but we held in there and closed pretty much on the highs of the day across the board. We have the spiders up here right now. You can see IWM, same thing, closed right on highs and looks pretty good. It actually closed pretty strong. Q's closed pretty strong also. For next week, we're going to be setting up again. I think we're going to try to stay over that level, and that's really the key to if we're going to, try to regain some rally. Obviously, the Greek news over the weekend sort of going to play a role. But overall, I think there's a lot of productive looking charts out there, and I think we got to really just continue to be focused on that. It's a market of stocks, not necessarily a stock market. I don't care if we go up or down. I just want to know being the best in breed if we're going up, and stuff that really are just turning down if that's on the weak side. So a few notables. Obviously, we talked about the cyber stocks today. You had Faye had nice continuation, very nice continuation. That was probably on Cyber's news. Cyber obviously up, $10 and closed up, I think $7, something to that effect. Maybe tries to fill the gap. Certainly needs a little bit more time at this point in time. Banks took a little break. I was saying Goldman Sachs probably a little extended, and you can just see it close with a little bit of a red bar. Needs a little break, a little digestion, a little downward action would be a healthy thing. JP Morgan with WFC, not as much action because they're not as extended accordingly. Google had some more extension, looked pretty good. Again, did it all pretty much in the AM and then just sort of rested out here. Probably needs another day or two of rest to form another base. Netflix looks good, went over that level and actually traded pretty nicely. But a lot of the move, if you can just see, a lot of the move was early on, and it had a nice move in the afternoon. Across the board, Baidu had some nice recovery based on what I'm seeing. You can just see right off the bat from 208, all the way to 216. So nice recovery. Tesla still no real traction, but hanging in there. Might try to fill that gap in the next few days. We'll have to wait and see. PNW, another stock that did fine, but might be a little extended at this point in time. Oil held its bid for the most part, didn't close on its highs, but closed the week up, and I think it's above 56 actually on the actual price of crude. But USOs look okay, and overall probably a little bit more consolidation. There's not going to be a straight line V up. I think there's going to be a lot of resistance along the way. I think there'll be another short also very nicely at some point in time. We will just have to wait until that opportunity comes. Biotechs, selective biotechs looked okay. I think ALXN I was looking at, that had a nice move. ILMN had a nice move. I don't know if that closed well. I really wasn't sitting in front of my computer the last part of the day. So we'll see if the IBBs had a nice move also, see if they recover next week and try to reach for new highs. I think that's the key to this market, guys. I mean, we can go over a bunch of stocks. Apple, green to red, probably needs a little bit of a break. This market has gone a long way this week. I think let's see what happens next week. I think it's going to continue to be a market of stocks. I'm not so worried about if we go up or if we go down. As I was saying, I just think we're going to be focused on different ideas. We know stocks that came out with great earnings. We know the stocks that came out with not so good earnings. Certain patterns that are coming to fruition. Stuff that came out with good earnings, 3 to 5 days down, little digestion. They worked themselves out of that. Twitter seems like that candidate for next week. To make new highs, possibly, not new highs, to the $50 to $53 range, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. BABA stocks, some of these stocks are starting to work out that got beaten up and now are starting to come, off their lows. BABA's one of them. I think it has a chance to really, get a little bit of bid next week, maybe to 92.50-ish. We'll have to wait and see. But I know some stocks already did that. You had SanDisk do that early in the week. Qualcomm did that obviously off of a low. Baidu just did it. GPro still has not really regained that, but it looks like next week maybe it has a shot. So 2 rules of thumb. I certainly like the ones that have had better earnings, looking for pullbacks on them, get a chance. You have a little bit of a better base to build it from. But then you also have the other train of thought that you go after some beaten up stocks and look for, a chance for them to rally. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully everybody had a good week. If you were listening to VTF, I think a lot of guys were straight on. And we saw what was happening. I think this trading is going to become a little bit more conducive next week also. So have a good holiday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you all back on Tuesday.